On the ruined island of Genosha, En-Sabanur, Apocalypse looks into the sky with a smirk as he turns to his four horsemen, Mr. Sinister, Holocaust, Polaris, and Emma Frost. Sinister informs his master that the machine is near completion, and that the world will bow before him. In New York, Jubilee assembles the X-Men as they enter the Blackbird and travel to see the water-formed X to see Watersnake. Jubilee questions who she is, and Farah explains the situation she is dealing with. Within moments, Jubilee is terrified to learn that Apocalypse is still alive and begins to try to form a plan. Esme walks to Farah and asks where she got that white cloak from, and Farah explains her origin to Esme. Laura asks Jubilee what their plan is, and Jubilee decides to split the team in two to investigate Genosha and learn what Apocalypse is really doing. With Watersnake as their new recruit, Jubilee sends herself, Wolverine, Rachel, and Beak to attack Genosha, while Watersnake, Esme, Gwenpool, and Juggernaut investigate the Sinister's lab to figure out what device he is building for Apocalypse. The team prepares, and Jubilee gives a quick explanation as to who Apocalypse is, as the majority of the team have never fought Apocalypse before. The team arrives at Genosha, and Gwenpool strokes Beak's chest as he is flustered by this. Juggernaut makes fun of him for it, and the team dispatches themselves, with Jubilee launching missiles at Genosha as they immediately get stopped by Polaris. She gets flashbacks seeing an old friend of hers being controlled by Apocalypse. The Blackbird gets hit with plasma blasts as Holocaust attempts to bring down the plane. Wolverine launches herself into battle, chopping through metal with Beak right behind her as Jubilee shoots fireworks at Holocaust to throw him off as Rachel uses her telekinesis to slap him with the tree. On the other side of the island, Watersnake, Esme, Gwenpool, and Juggernaut make their way deep into the island as they try to locate Sinister's lab. Just then, Esme gets a mental attack as she is shocked to feel her mother's presence. She is confused until the team is ambushed by Sinister clones. The team try to fight, but they are overpowered as Emma Frost comes behind and knocks them all out. Polaris wraps Jubilee, Rachel, and Beak as she holds Wolverine up in the air. The Horsemen bring the X-Men to Apocalypse, and he smirks as he sees Jubilee and recounts the countless battles he faced against her and her old friends. He apologized to her for their loss, as he saw them as his own disobedient children. On the topic of children, he looks to Esme and Farah as he brings out Emma Frost. Esme looks in horror as she sees her mother alive, believing her to be dead, while Farah looks in shock seeing her biological mother for the first time under a monster's control. Sinister laughs as he gives his master a device that will launch a nuke that houses a virus that will breed new mutants across the world. This has the X-Men confused as they realize that Apocalypse has some form of good intentions. However, they know that he will use these new mutants to take control of humanity. Esme and Rachel try to get through to Emma psychically, but realize that they are struggling to break through to her because of Sinister's mind control technology. Gwenpool begins to stop Apocalypse's bad guy monologue, and Wolverine snaps her wrists to break free and tries to get to Sinister as the team begin to break out with Beak and Juggernaut dealing with Holocaust. Wolverine and Gwenpool facing against Sinister and his clones. Rachel and Jubilee fighting Polaris and Esme and Farah attempted to break through to their mother to no avail. Apocalypse attempts to make an escape. However, Rachel begins to tap into her Phoenix power and hold off Apocalypse in an attempt to stop him. Esme and Farah hold down Emma and enter her mind and are able to break free of mind control. She looks around to see her daughters standing in front of her, and she holds them both close. She uses her abilities to take down Holocaust and destroy Sinister's clones, which leads to Gwenpool stopping Wolverine from killing the real Sinister, saying that he will be of use at some point in the future, should the series continue. Oh, Gwendolyn. She then sets Polaris free, and the X-Men charge behind Rachel as they all take the fight to Apocalypse, in the end, killing him. Some time passes as Emma reconnects with Esme and explains why she left Farah to the people of Atlantis. As Polaris is welcomed to the X-Men, and Emma will now stay as a consultant for the team and becomes the new head of the school, beginning to honor Xavier's dream of teaching the new generation of mutants, as the X-Men will always fight for the future of mutants and the safety of humanity.